This is section 5.2, problem number 8. So for this problem, we're going to use the formula which can be found on the previous page. So the formula is A equals P, parentheses, 1 plus the rate of interest over how often it's compounded, all raised to the nt power. So first we have to know what all of those letters stand for. So A is the amount of money in the account at the end of the time period. P is the original amount that we either put in, either borrow or loan. It's the original amount. The R is the rate of interest, which should always be as a decimal, not as a percent, when you put it into the formula. The N is how often it's compounded. And T is the time. T is the time. So for this problem, it tells us that the amount that we're going to invest is $100,000. So what variable is that? That's our P. That's our P. Then the amount that we're investing is 6.5%, and that's our R. But again, remember that it's got to be as a decimal, not as a percent. So we've got to move this decimal point 2 places to the left, and we get R in our formula is going to be 0.065. All right. The compounding semi-annually tells us the compounding. If it was annually, then N would equal 1. If it was semi-annually, then N equals 2. If it was quarterly, then N would equal 4. If it was monthly, N would equal 12, and so on. So for our problem, P is 100,000, R is 0.065, and N is 2. So we're going to plug those into the formula for A. So for A, we get A equals the principal, which is $100,000, times 1 plus 0.065 over 2 raised to the 2t power. That is the answer for A. That's all they wanted was the formula. Now for B, they want us to plug in T is 0, T is 4, T is 8, and T is 10. So for T is 0, when T is 0, we get A equals 100,000 times 1 plus 0.065 over 2 raised to the 2 times 0 power, which is 0. Well, that means everything in that parentheses is going to become 1, so we get A equals $100,000. So, of course, if you put $100,000 in and you check it before the end of the day, it's still going to be $100,000. That's when 0 time is passed. Now let's go to when the time equals 4 years. So we put in A equals, I'm going to run out of room here, let me put it over here. A equals 100,000 times 1 plus 0.065 over 2, and that's going to be 2 times 4, which means the 8th power. Now all you can do at this point is put this in a calculator. You would have to do this on a calculator. It can't be done manually. When you get done, you will get $129,157.75. Now, if we went ahead and put in the other 3, I'll just give you the answers. If you put in 8 years, you get $166,817,025, and when you put in T, you get $189,583.79. So make sure you know how to use your calculator and to get those answers. Now it says it wants us to graph the function for C. So I'm going to use the values I have. I know that at time equals 0, that I'm going to make the x-axis my time. So this is I'm going to make this 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and 10 years. And then going up, I'm going to put a break in here because I'm going to start this at 100,000. And then this will be 120,000, 140,000, 160,000, 180,000. So again, plotting those values that I just gave to you. The first one is 0 is 100,000. So we're going to put a 0, 100,000. And then 4 was 129,000, which is about here. And then 8 is 166,000. 8 is 102, 4, 6, 8 is 166,000. And then 10 went up to 189,000. So that one's going to be way up here. And you can still see that we have that exponential curve. So we have that exponential curve piece. Okay? And there it is.